So far we've looked at how variables interact with one another within the context of the custom tables dialog canvas itself. Basically allows us to introduce the concept of stacked and nested fields. In this example we're going to turn our attention to continuous or scale fields. Thus far we've only used categorical fields. So we're looking at these little ruler fields and seeing how they're represented within tables. You can see, of course, when I click on something like beginning salary here, that nothing appears within the category box because, of course, beginning salary doesn't have any value labels. And furthermore, that if I drag it across, the default value that it uses is the mean. I could add in the variable current salary, could add that across. Let's look at beginning salary again. When I click on these individual column headers here, you can see that summary statistics is activated. So I can click on that. That opens up a sub dialog and allows me to change the statistics to something else or to change the label. So maybe I don't like the value or the label mean. I want average instead. Notice I can click apply to selection. So it just applies to that column, or apply to all, in which case it applies to both. And I could also change the formatting here. So for example, if I wanted to change it in this case, say to pounds, I could do so. I could add in decimal places, hit apply to all again, hit close, click OK. Now we just get two mean values, overall mean for the entire data set, beginning salary, average, and average salary, current salary in pounds. If I want to change it, of course, I'll go back, I'll change it in this case back to the auto setting, hit apply to all. What happens if we add in a third continuous variable here, such as age? But we want that not to be represented by means, but say something else like a median. I could click in here and I could say, okay, let's swap that out by just removing it from the display box and changing it for median, and hit apply just to selection, so not to all. Now we've got an extra column that's been added in here. We've got the median age of the employees. Let's call it up again. Let's cross-tabulate it or create a table of means and medians by adding in employment category. So here's employment category. It's been added in at this stage. And you can see its order. The order it's going to be displayed in the clerical custodial manager. If you click on categories and totals here, what's interesting is by adding in this categorical variable here, we suddenly got this categories and totals dimension that's opened up for us, because we've got categorical field in there. So notice that when we click on the columns, it opens up, it activates the summary statistics sub dialog. If we click on the rows, it activates the categories and totals sub dialog. We can click on that. Now we can see the categories and totals in here, which is interesting. I could actually decide to move them around. So I could have custodial up there. I could change the order in which it's sorted. I could say I want you to sort it in descending order of median age. I could exclude a category if I wanted. I could actually get rid of a category like custodial. Let's just click apply at that point for now and see what that looks like. Click OK. So now it's in descending order of median age. So we've changed the order which it appears in, custodial, manager, clerical. And let's call it up again. Let's add in another variable this time and see what the effect of that is. So now I'm going to add in the variable gender, which is now nested within employment category. If I click OK at that point, I see that we have some blank values here. They're actually got period symbols in them. That's because there are no female custodial workers. So maybe we could change the default appearance of these period symbols here. To do that, go to custom tables again. This time we're going to go to options. We can say statistics that cannot be computed. We could put in, I don't know, NA or something like that for not applicable. N/A, hit OK. Click OK. Now that's been replaced with not applicable symbols. I could call it up again and this time go to the table. Once again, activating the categories and totals. I may decide that I don't actually want the females in there. I want to move them around, something like that. Males first, then females second. Hit apply. Click OK. So that changes the order in which it appears. And we notice here it's got the label gender all the way down there. Well, it's pretty obvious that male and female refers to the gender of the person. So we might want to change that, might want to suppress that. So we go to custom tables here. A useful thing to know about is that when you click on these dimensions here, these categorical dimensions here, you can actually right click on this and say show variable label. You actually switch it off. You see it says show variable label. You can show variable name. Let's switch it off. Now it goes gray. We click OK. Now the variable label gender has disappeared. We could do the same thing with employment category here. So far what we've done now is we've mixed in some continuous fields. We've shown how we can apply formatting and choose custom statistics for each continuous field individually. We can actually add in a categorical field to mix that by. We can have a subcategory in there. We can suppress labels. We can change the default appearance for statistics that cannot be computed. And we can alter the order in which categories are shown for either the main category or for the nested subcategory. And we can change, of course, summary statistics here. We could have means, medians, modes, many other types of statistics, including things like percentiles and 95% confidence intervals, should we so wish.